for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options.
So this morning I'm going to do the 4.5 mile walk from Boulder to Craster. There's a coastal path, but also you can drop down onto the beach at most points, I think. So I'm going to do that. You pass quite a few scenic places by all accounts, according to Google Maps anyway. There's a Howick bathing house, Colour Nose Point, and then get to Craster, and from Craster you should be able to see off in the distance Dunstanburgh Castle. And so this is the main event for today. So like I said, it's about 4.5 miles out, and it's already incredibly scenic around here. So.
Detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead. I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night. Everything I ever worked for vanished in the blink of an eye. I've been asking every question, 'cause I haven't got a clue. Why's it gotta
So I've stripped down incredibly low for this walk, because I know I'm going to be doing 9-10 miles. So I got my camera and one lens and my drone, and that's it. So, I guess I'll be a little bit restricted, but that's a challenge anyway in itself. So see how we go.
I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left.
This area is absolutely fascinating. So many different style rocks and different layers and what have you. And this particular shot here that caught my attention was the bit of seaweed is dangling off into the water. You can get up quite close. There's also a few in the pools. There are shells as well. So if you get down really close, you get shells. You get a reflection. The only thing to not do on these shots is to take too much of the sky, because it's there are a few clouds, so you can include a little bit of it, but otherwise it's just bright and a bit boring.
And I know there's so much more to this life, but it's hard to see it clearly. Yeah, I try my best, but nothing turns out right. God, I need you now so dearly.
So I came up off the beach onto the path, and the path's great. Obviously it's not quite so arduous as the beach. The problem is it's just featureless, and you're actually probably 100 yards away from the beach now. So yeah, I guess if you walk around the edge of the coast it's going to take you longer, but it's probably going to be worth it in the end. Otherwise, what are you going to take photographs of on here? As you can probably tell, it's quite windy down here, but bear in mind it's still summer, so it's still early September. It's really quite warm and refreshing. I could just see Dunstanburgh Castle off in the distance now. So we're getting there.
God, I need you now so dearly, 'cause I've been running
really is quite a beautiful place. I am struggling with the landscape photography at the moment anyway, just because there's lots of features but there's no focal point. So I've been taking a lot of abstracts, which is fine, but I'm waiting until I get around a few more bends, I think, until I see the bathing house and the castle, and then I think that'll be it. But when I'm talking about abstracts, so there's one right here, I'll show you in a minute, and with a wide angle lens I can't express how difficult it is to get your feet out of the shot. You're bending over like a, I don't know, like a penguin or something. Alright, I'll show you what we're just taking a photograph of.
I've been trying everything I can. I ain't got nothing left. Nothing left. Nothing left.
In some places it's like a different planet. And because I'm down here away from the path, there's no one else. You see the odd person every now and again, but I'm pretty much down here on my own. I know this might be boring B-roll, but I'm just showing you how a lot of the path is down here. It's not somewhere you come with your high heels on, so I've left them at home. So I've just come across this scene and I'm thinking, because of all the muted colours, it's probably going to be good in black and white, because there's an awful lot of context and detail and texture, but I need to find a composition. And if I'm going to photograph both of those, there needs to be separation, so I need that gap. I also need to make sure I don't break my neck. But I don't just want to have those two items in the frame, I want something else. I've been looking at the texture of those rocks over there, and they're kind of nice and they lead all the way round. Well, that'd be quite hard to get into one shot. I also quite like, there are some pools just over here, but I think they're too far round. And I also don't particularly like the sand, because that's not what I'm looking for. If this is going to be black and white, there needs to be lots of texture in it. So I did think about up here, but then you got all of this expanse of boring rock and it doesn't add anything to it. So then I took a step back and came up here. And I thought if I get down low enough, I can get a lot of that boring rock out of the way, but it's still there, so it's a bit annoying. If I try and get it out of the way and come up here, if you look now, the gaps, the separation between those two rocks is closing. So if I'm over here, it now looks like one piece of rock. But this is where the more interesting foreground is, so you'll see why I'm struggling. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the edge of here, but then you've got all the horrible dirty seaweed. It really is quite hard. I think the best shot is something like this, with as much as the layered rock on the right hand side as possible, to take you to the tiny stack that we've got over there. Right, let's take that.
When we wake hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy.
I literally turned around from where I was taking that shot when I was struggling with the composition, and behind me there is 1, 2, 3, and if you include the clouds, 4 different layers of separation, which I absolutely love. So hopefully I've done that some justice.
Things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
I was looking for something a little bit different here. So that house is right on the edge of these sloping rocks. These sloping rocks are fantastic. And then I saw these 2 boulders sticking up. I was trying to figure out whether I should stand on top, I should include one, exclude one. And then I figured if I go down here, what I can actually get is quite a nice balance. So you get kind of a frame, if you like, with the 2 rocks on either side, the house in the background, the sloping rocks going off, and then there's some nice clouds over the top too.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose so fast, maybe we got too high.
Wow, look at that. That's certainly impressive. A riding urge when you get to a place like this is to get your camera out straight away, snap, 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 and you get home and you think, it's not very good, is it? You've got to take your time. I know some people like to have an apple or something while they're trying to figure out a composition, but you just need to take 5-10 minutes, calm down, wander around, look for something that's compelling. So when you get home, it's of interest, not just there's a cliff. That's nice. So I have walked away from the boulders. My initial thought was the boulders would be a good foreground, but there are millions of them and they're more of a distraction. So I think just here with these rocks giving you a natural leading line and also balancing the image a little bit. Otherwise you've got all cliff and then sea out over there. It's always difficult to see the back of the screen with this GoPro, but I don't know if you can see what I've done there. So we've got this plateau in the front, then we've got the rocks leading in from the right, and then the clouds are adding an extra dimension and also actually giving a leading line, and then the water is curving around. So it's got quite a lot of balance, to be honest. It'd be better if it was tilted slightly, but yeah, I like that.
But I remember days of wonder. We were always gonna last. Yeah, I do remember tears in the
I knew I'd kick myself not bringing a long lens. There are 2 dolphins now in the bay.
laughter. How could we fall so fast? Will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized.
Dolphins have created quite a spectacle. I wouldn't normally sit this close to the edge, but fascinating sight. Welcome to Craster. So that walk took me about 3.5 hours, something like that. But then I did stop to fly the drone, take some photographs, and I chatted with a few people as well, so maybe 3 hours or something like that. Apparently when you're in Craster, you've got to have a Craster crab sandwich. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I hope you enjoyed that trip with me today, and enjoy the photographs and the video footage. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you next time.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. Did what we could, my friend, but now we're at the end.